The Youth Leaders in Chapa Sauti Mind Education Training that was organized by Reverend Oksu Park in collaboration with the Office of the Prime Minister and the Ministry of Youth drew over 2,700 youths from across Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Malawi and Asia. The training, which involved leaders from every part of the country, was meant to change the way in which the youth think, since the Mind Lecture is something very important and basic which could play a critical role in the society, though it is not taught in any institution.
If they learn the world of the heart, they do not have to fall into sin. They can live upright.
적은 문제에서 그래서 헤어나진 못해가지고 건전한 사고를 못 하고 있습니다.
Young people fall into problems and sins, and they're unable to break free, leading them to not have healthy thoughts.
위대한 일꾼이 되려면은 사고를 건전하게 할 수 있어야 하는데.
To become a great worker, you need to be able to think.
마음에 이런저런 많은 문제가 있으면 건전한 사고가 형성이 안
But
됩니다.
when you have various kinds of problems in your heart, you're unable to have healthy
우리는
thoughts.
그런들 문제들을 해결할 수 있는 방법을 배워서 학생들이 여기 와서 자기 모든 문제를 해결하고 밝은 마음으로 돌아갈 수 있게 해줍니다.
And so we have the solutions to those problems, and we have the students come here, have their problems solved, and leave with a bright heart.
Taken from the history, youths have been used in several occasions as the bearers and implementers of both the right and wrong ideas from their role models, as was witnessed during the post-election violence of 2007-2008 that left hundreds of Kenyans dead and thousands others rendered homeless. Given this ground, the Mind Education training for the youth couldn't have come at a better time. The chief lecturer, Reverend Park, believes that youths around the world live in similar anguish and difficulties and are able to change through a deliberate and sincere conversation.
사고하는 게 굉장히 좋습니다.
And especially, it's very good for young people to think
그게
deeply.
그 보석보다
It's
아름답습니다.
more beautiful than a jewel.
근데 이제 그것들을 모두 다 근심이나 문제나 뭐 섹스 이런 문제 때문에 그 마약 이런 문제 다 무너지고 있습니다.
But all of this is falling apart because people have fallen into their worries and problems and drugs and sex and such things.
마인드 교육을 통해 그래서 벗겨주고
And through mind lectures, we free them from this.
밝은 사고를 할 수 있도록 저를 이끌고
And we are
있습니다.
leading them to live an upright way of thinking.
Reverend Park established the International Youth Fellowship as a tool for mindset training among youth college and university students all around the world in over 80 countries, nurturing them into future leaders with a sense of service and the strength to self-control.
컴퓨터 게임하는 게 아니고 게임에 끌려가는
It's
거고요.
not that the students are playing the computer games, they're being dragged by these games.
알코올이나 도박이나 이런 것도 끌려가는 겁니다.
They're being dragged by alcohol, gambling, these kinds of things.
그걸 알아서 거기서 벗어날 수 있도록 중심에 글을
And
썼습니다.
so that they will see that and become free from it. That's what I mostly wrote about.
광범위하게 글을 썼습니다.
And it covers a range of topics.
아마 이 공부가 이 젊은이들에게 굉장히 도움이 될 겁니다.
And studying this, I think, will be very helpful to young
그래서
people.
바로 케냐에서도 출판하려고
And we're
합니다.
going to publish this immediately in Kenya as well.
Beside the lectures, the youth had a great time as they were involved in dancing and singing and learning new styles from different cultures, which was displayed during the training from different countries. The most interesting was the folk dance, which involved two partners, and Reverend Park could not be left out during this entertaining time. This clearly indicated the passion he has towards the youth.
For example, if you become high-hearted, you become negligent.
태만해지면 실패하게
And when
되고
you become negligent, you fail.
실패하게 되면 고통스럽게
When you
되고
fail, you fall into pain.
그러면 뉘우치고 회개하고
Then you regret and you repent.
그래 마음의 흐름을 주길에게 썼기 때문에
Because I wrote about the flow of the heart.
사람들이 그 책을 내 마음이 지금 어느 상태인지를 알 수
People
있고
read that book and they see, oh, this is where my heart is.
새 마음을 가질 수가
They're able to
있겠습니다.
have a new heart.
Pastor Park also brought with him an inspirational book entitled Who Are You That Is Drugging Me?, which featured most of his lectures and has received great response globally. He was inspired to write it during his 2 days lecture in China. The book, which was first published in Korea, is the bestseller in Korea and has been translated into English and Chinese, but it is yet to be published in Spanish and French.
The book, Who Are You, Who Is Dragging Me, is a very inspirational book. It touches on the human's mind. It's trying to drive the man to a change attitude, to get yourself out of a mentality of not being successful from yourself. So it's building up an aspect that success comes right from you.
The youth present could not hide their joy. They had a lot to learn and to take with them back to where they came from.
I have been trying to be a leader, but I have not gone through the education process. Like I just do it by my own. So I wanted to gain the skills of leadership, and this far I can see there is a mind training.
Because change can be achieved quite effectively through the youth. Because I think most of them are not polluted. They still think like human beings, they think like Kenyans. And if they can be spread out, reach out more youth, I believe we shall be building a better country.
The event was successful beyond expectations, and the IYF founder promised that next year he would focus more in working with the youth in Tanzania, Uganda, Burundi and Kenya. Margaret Kenywa, GBS.